Hey, Stanley, what you doing out here? Yeah, I can see all those rocks. You want to study all the rocks that you can find along the dirt lane? Well, that's going to be an interesting project. You want me to help you study them? Well, I don't know that much about the rocks, but we can study them together, okay? No, Stanley, you're not going to add that rock to your collection. It's too big. Well, we're back inside now, and yes, Stanley has been leaving little rocks all over my table to remind me that we need to get started on this project while it is still the months that you can walk around, pick up rocks, and not worry about the snakes in the neighborhood. So I really didn't have anything prepared. This notebook is sitting here, but this is going to be my family tree notebook. And as you can see, that's not gotten anywhere yet either. So I grabbed this one off the shelf, and this one is from the flea market. And it's got this lovely cover. It's magnetic. And it's brown. I figured, well, that's appropriate, right? A couple of the pages were ripped out, and there was one that had writing on it, and it was a really sad story, so I took that out too. And then some of the other pages started falling out. That always happens to me. I don't know how people rip pages out of books, because whenever I do it, all the other pages start falling out too. So what I did was just put a little bit of washi tape there on the first two pages like that. And hopefully that'll hold those in and none of the other ones will fall out. So I was thinking of calling this the Dirt Road Diary, but then I noticed, I think somebody else already is using Dirt Road Diaries or Dirt Road Diary, but I figured I'm going to use it anyway because it's a dirt road and we're going to be picking up all the rocks off the dirt road. And it's Stanley's little notebook. So it's Stanley Studies Stones, Rocks of the Dirt Road Diaries. I always like to come up with at least 3 or 4 titles for everything I do. So, well, let's get started. I really wasn't sure how I was going to do this. I was not going to develop a comprehensive, organized curricula of rock study. No, we were just going to wing it. And I figured we'd pick up some rocks and just take them one by one and investigate them and see if we could find out some information about it. So that's how we're going to go about this. Now, I'll probably put a title in here. Maybe I'll skip a page. Maybe I'll start here. Doesn't really matter. Hope this tape stays there. I put a little glue underneath the washi tape there. And if you don't know how to start a journal, skip a page. You can go back later when you get an idea. So I was like, I have a couple of books, and they're pretty old, and I'm bending down. I'll be right back. Not very comprehensive, that's one. And I've got a geology book. And I've got, bending down again, a fossil book. And I've got the metaphysical book of gems and crystals. Now, this is probably not going to be too much help in identifying rocks, but it gives you interesting information on, how people throughout history have used the stones for healing and talismans and, just different ways people have used stones metaphysically. Does that make any sense? Well, we'll do more about that later on. So that's one book. That's not going to help us too much with identification. This book does have some information on what some stones are. It's mostly geology, but it sort of helps you in knowing what kind of stones you can find in different locations. And it's a little bit of help. And it gives geology at the beginning, talks all about plate tectonics and making mountains and the rock cycle here, and igneous rocks, metamorphic, sedimentary, all that kind of stuff. So that'll be a big help. And this is just a really old fossil handbook from 1962. I know rocks haven't changed that much, but you know, you might be able to use this for some information about fossils. I don't think we're going to find fossils on the road, though. There's my bird clock. So I have this field guide, which also talks about all the different kinds of, you know, types of rocks. The 3 kinds of rocks. Well, there's 3 general classifications of rock. So this is going to help some. And then the key to rocks. So this is a dichotomous key on how to identify your rock. But I think you really have to know some of this stuff before you can even start using the key. And I figure if we get something wrong, this does have some good pictures in it though. And I'm happy about that. See? It might be useful. It's got pictures of stones, and it also has some of the minerals that you can find in it. Okay. So those are those books. So then he brought in some stones, and I was trying to identify them, and I wasn't having a really easy time in doing that. So I was on the internet. I'm on YouTube, of course, looking for videos. And then I found a review of a rock identifier app for your phone. There is an app for that. Yes, there is. And it is just called Rock Identifier. And of course, they keep trying to get you to subscribe, you know, to the premium one, which costs money. I'm not sure how much, but it's called Rock Identifier, and it's okay. I mean, I read a couple of reviews. I watched the guy on YouTube use it, and some people were saying it's like 75% accurate, and I'm thinking, whoa, 75% accurate. That's a lot more accurate than I am, so we'll go with it. I know a little bit about rocks. I know a little bit about the rock cycle. I cannot identify too many rocks. I can sort of get close with some of them. So I'm trying to be helpful to Stanley. Here he is. Hi. Let's put him over there. He's sitting in his basket of rocks. But we've taken actually several walks already. And these are some of the ones he's found. And he's trying to find different kinds, different ones. So some have stripes, some have spots, some have, this one's got the stripe that goes all the way around, and that's a wishing stone. But you got to look at these a lot closer too. This one's got garnets in it, quartz with some crushed garnets in it, and some are sparkly. Look at this one, very sparkly. And we got white ones. Some are round, like they were in the river or the ocean, or maybe glaciers tossed them around. Some are a little green. So some are really pretty. Look at that. I don't know if that black is shining at you, but it's very pretty. All right, this one's very sparkly too. Anyway, out of all the fancy rocks we found, I wanted to start with this plain gray one because one of the YouTube videos that I was watching was talking about basalt. And to me, this looked like maybe it could be basalt. I wasn't sure. And you know, it's okay to be wrong because that's the way you learn. We make mistakes and you just keep correcting them as you learn more, and that is perfectly fine to do. But it was fine-grained, it was gray, it was hard, and pretty much the same uniformity throughout. So I thought, well, maybe that was basalt. So this is the Rock Identifier app. It keeps trying to get you to subscribe to something that costs like $30 a year, but I'm not up to that yet. And it's got this little camera button there, and you press that. So you move it until it's got that yellow box around it. You take a picture, it scans it, see that line? And it tells you it is basalt, and it gives you an example of what basalt looks like, and tells you a little bit about it. It's igneous, lava stone, dark gray to black. And then it says, get the wrong result, correct the name. Well, I don't know. You're supposed to be telling me, right? So then it gives you more information about basalt. You can add it to your collection. Let me just show you how that works. Add to collection. And then you tap the button there. It says name basalt. It has the picture. And you put the date. And then you put the locality. Dirt road. I'm calling these dirt road diary rocks. And then it becomes part of your collection. And there's some other rocks I was trying to identify. I hope this is filming right. I'm trying to get this on here for you. And these are some of the other rocks from the road, but we'll go through those later. All right, now I'm going to take a real picture of it. A photograph of it. I'm going to take a photograph of it. Okay. I'm going to print that out. I have no idea what I'm doing. It seems so dark in here lately. All the lights are on. Okay, so basalt is magma from the Earth's mantle that comes to the surface, and when it cools, it forms different rocks depending on how fast it cools, and one of them is basalt. So here's my volcano. Here's my volcano. What are you doing, Possum Patty? I have no idea. I am just like playing here. You know what? If I had a nice red marker, I could draw some lava coming up. I'm going to go find a marker, right? I'm digging in my drawer here. I don't see red. Oh, I see a red paint pen. This could get interesting. I wonder how good this paper is. Yeah, this is the one I ripped out. I can test it. Yeah. A piece of cardboard here or something. So if I want to draw lava coming up, not too bad. Well, you know, if it goes through, I could just like put something on the other side, right? So I can, this is just going to be, I'm cracking myself up here. I don't know what I'm doing. It's just like things are popping in my head. What can I put on the page about a plain gray rock? So it comes out of a volcano. Well, that's pretty exciting. So let's make a volcano. And this is brown packing paper. And this is a Ranger paint pen. Cherry pie. And let's see, I got a Zig writer here in brown. So we have down here, am I in frame? Down here we have the core. Now people think that lava comes from the center of the earth, which is the core, but it doesn't. Then there is the mantle, and then there is the crust. So there's like upper mantle, lower mantle, and all the different kinds of mantles, and there's actually the inner core and the outer core. But we'll just make it simple for Stanley. Now the crust is the surface, that's where we live. That's where the volcano is. And the lava is not coming from the core, it's coming from the mantle, places in the mantle where it's solid rock, but with heat and pressure and temperature, sometimes it gets a little molten and starts to flow. And we call that magma. Magma. Okay, so we have the magma coming up from the mantle through the volcano. All right, let's make some molten melting rocks here. Okay, so this is where the rock is melting. This is like a science lesson. I know, but you know, it's what I want to do. We all journal about things we want to journal about. No, I'm not doing a homeschool studies course. Well, actually, it is homeschool, isn't it? I'm homeschooling Stanley. I'm homeschooling myself. Because I find that if I take notes, like nature journaling, then I remember more of it. Now, what kid didn't want to study volcanoes in school, right? Everybody had to make a volcano that exploded. Okay, so this is the top part of the volcano. And here comes the, so over here it's magma. Here it's still magma. But once it comes out of the volcano, out into the air, and starts running down the side of the volcano. I actually do go visit volcanoes. I went to the one in Hawaii. I went to the one in Costa Rica. Okay, once it starts flowing down the side of the volcano and it's no longer inside the earth, now it is lava. Lava, I can spell that. Now it is lava. All right, so once the lava comes down here and starts cooling, okay, it's going to start to cool. Okay, it's going to start to cool, turning darker. Oh, you know what? I should have a gray one. Where's my gray one? I knew I bought these gray pens for a reason. All right, so it's cooling, and now we have all this basalt down here because the lava has cooled into basalt. Now, depending on the chemical composition and how fast it cools, it can be other things too, not just basalt. But that'll be for another day. Okay, this is the part we live on. The upper crust. The upper crust. Okay. just drawing crust here. So, should I label this volcano? I'm just cracking myself. I am so easily entertained. You know, life is good. I can sit here and draw a volcano and be entertained, right? Okay, I'm going to label that. Label this. How you spell basalt? B-A-S-A-L-T. Basalt. So we're going to put lava cooling. It's cooling. Oh, not red. Let's use, what do we got? What do we got here? Let's see. My bag of tricks. Something. Okay, we could use this. This is kind of a cool color. Put cooling. Cooling on the way down, right? Lava. Cooling. Oh, this is a sparkly pen. Love it, love it. Stanley's right here. He is paying attention. Okay. So, we have magma from the mantle coming up through the volcano. Once it comes out of the volcano, it is lava. The lava, when it reaches the air, starts to cool, and it becomes different kind of igneous rock. Oh, igneous is our word. Okay, what color do we want to make igneous? So I got a little thing of pens here I'm playing with. Igneous. It should be a fire color, right? Because these are fire rocks. Ooh, I got another red rock. I mean, another red pen. Pink is a hot color. Is this purple? Purple. Clear violet. All right, I don't know how dark this is. Let's see. Okay, hot pink for hot rocks. All right. I'm going to put this here. Hot. I put the little sticker on the photo. Hot. Okay. I'm going to put this here. I don't want to shmoo everything. I do that all the time. Okay. It's igneous. Another word I was looking for was extrusive, which means it cools outside of the volcano. And basalt cools outside of the volcano. And igneous means that it cools from magma in the ground or lava outside of the volcano. So basalt forms from lava because it forms outside of the volcano, or extrusive. So some characteristics of basalt. Gray. Well, this one is gray. And it's fine grained. I spell that right? Fine grained. All right. Now, if we learn anything else about basalt, we can put it on this page. And the pens did go through a little bit. I can double up pages maybe, or I can not worry about it. Okay. Now I want to put a introduction page here. And I printed out a picture of Stanley with his rock. I'm thinking, what can I put in here? I mean, you know, I want to do it like a junk journal, nature journal, diary. And I have an old geology book somewhere. I can't find it right now. I just looked for it. I can't find it. So I'm going to have to go through some of my trashy stuff and look for images I think might be fun to put in here, because as you can see, this is like going to be totally fun stuff. Well, I'm sorry. It'll be totally fun for me and Stanley. So this is a what do you call it, state tour guide book. And it looks like a dirt road, and there's all these rocks along the edge, and these people are touring, and they're looking down at the lake and the mountains in the distance. And I'm thinking, right? Wouldn't this be fun? I know this is not Maine, but you know, it might be just some fun stuff. This is just fun. This is me playing, teaching Stanley about rocks. I'm actually teaching myself about rocks. But, you know, I'll go through and find some stuff to put in here. But I just think this is very cool. How much of it can I get in? Somebody's going to get cut off. Well, I can cut these two people off. Oh, this is too funny. I actually could have put them over here, couldn't I? Looking up at the volcano. But I can't cover up all the diagram. Well, actually, I could rewrite some stuff over there. I'll save that for another page. We can draw another one. All right, so if that goes there, and I've got Stanley's picture, and I thought about adding some of that paper here. Take that off over there. Okay, I had a strip here a minute ago of this paper that was left from yesterday's journaling with the rocks on it. Now, where did that go? All right, stand by. This is just too funny. Yeah, once I got that app on my phone, it's free. I got the free version called Rock Identifier. And I just started trying it on rocks. I just wanted to run around like a little kid. I just wanted to run around, and pick up all the different rocks. I'm getting worse than Stanley, and try to identify them with the rock identifier. Too funny, too funny. All right, now I'm just layering some stuff here. I just, I don't want to make like a boring, just taking notes, because if I do that, it'll go nowhere. It'll go nowhere. I have to have fun. I have to play. I have to use some junk, some trash. Got some more of that packing paper. Oh, and before I turned the camera on, I picked up the pens. I was moving the pens over there because I was looking for this piece of paper, which was on the floor under my chair. And I started doodling on the volcano. When in doubt, doodle. All right, now I'm going to be looking for all kinds of like outdoor pictures that have dirt roads or rocks or volcanoes. I have to find that old geology book I have. Oh, you know what? I don't think it's geology. Did I say geology? It is geography. Geography. But still, a geography book might work good. I don't think this is going to stay down with just a glue stick. It's a pretty thick magazine cover. It might need some help. Might need some help. Okay. Glue this down a little better. Stanley Studies Stones, Day 1. I put February 20th, 23. And this was his very first rock. We picked out the plain gray one to try out with our rock identifier. And what I'm going to do on this page, I think, is take some more of this. I'll get a bigger piece. And I think I'm going to use my ransom letters. Oh, or I could put them over here. or I could put it over here and put dirt road diary, and then decorate these up. Maybe I'll explain what the journal is going to be about. But anyway, it started. Stanley's happy. We have our rock identifier app. We've got our first rock in the journal and some information about it. I decided to add one more thing. I'm going to put this little brown here. I'm going to put it like this. So I'm going to tape it right here, and it says inside the earth, and you lift it and you see where the magma is coming from. And then on this side it says basalt. So this is its metaphysical properties. It's filled with the strong energy of heat and fire. Of course, that's where it's coming from. It's coming from the fire, and it gives you strength and courage and stability. It helps you get through today and through tomorrow too. So this will give me the courage and strength to continue with this business of learning about the rocks. So I'm so happy I picked that one to go first because it is the stone of strength and stability, and it will help us get through this whole project. Now I'm going to use this little bit that has a owl on it because, oops, maybe I'll use the glue stick that just fell on the floor. I forgot what I was saying, sorry. Oh, you know what, I want to do it this way. Inside the earth. Like that. Because owl is the symbol of wisdom, and he'll watch over us as we learn about the stones. This is the same washi that's in the center there. I know I covered the date, don't worry about it. Stand by, I'll get it off of there. Okay. All right, so, okay, here we go. Well, I can't say I didn't have fun, because I had a lot of fun. Just playing here, this is super fun. And, oh, you know what, I can't do that there. This has got to bend back. Engineering, paper engineering. Okay, I'm going to have to rip that washi tape a little bit so I can fold this back. I'm sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. Because I want to be able to read the metaphysical properties of it. So just go like this. All right, what else? Pause and Patty, you could always come back and add more. And I'll definitely be working on the introduction pages. I just wanted to jump in and get this started. And I also need to jump in and get my family notebook started. So maybe those will be the two things I do this week. And I will be all off schedule for everything else, but that's okay. I will catch back up when I can. All right. Thanks for coming along today. Happy junk journaling, happy nature journaling, happy journaling, combining all things together. Bye-bye. Hey Stanley, what you doing out here? Yeah, I can see all those rocks.